station. And apparently the county television, there were two, and the one that we would have been on is not functioning right now because I guess Chesapeake College isn't in charge of it anymore. So we are going to work with the county commissioners and see if we can't get this forum for the general election on county television, since we can't get this one. But in the meantime, we are, as you can see, videotaping this, and it will be on YouTube. So the League of Women Voters has moved into the 21st century. So apparently, starting on Sunday, is that right, Annalise, that we hope to show it. So we hope to stream it on there. We will have a CD of it if you want to borrow it from us or hear a little bit about it. Look at parts of it. We're happy to share it because it's great to have a record of what was said at these forums. With that said, I'm going to introduce our moderator, who is Dana.
Good evening, everybody. I want to thank everybody for being here this evening. I want to thank the League of Women Voters for the opportunity to be here this evening. Thank you for all your work to put this together. My name is Phil Dumanel, and I'm running for County Commissioner in the 3rd District. The reason that I'm running, I have some deep genuine concerns about our efforts in the past at the pursuit of economic development, which would be reflective of our current tax base. I think our budgetary and spending priorities need to be closely monitored. Very pleased with the education system. I think we're getting a tremendous bang for our buck, considering where we stand with the kids and their grades and their scoring against other kids in other counties in the state of Maryland, and what we're paying per child for that education. So I'd like to thank our teachers for that. Thank you.
Mr. Smith.
Good evening, everybody. I appreciate you all being here. An informed public is the best public for voters. My name is Richard Nick Smith. I'm running for District 2. I'm a lifelong resident of Queen Anne's County. I graduated from Queen Anne's County High School in 1971, and then went on to Hawthorne College in Aiken, New Hampshire, and graduated in 1975. I've been fortunate to be able to work in Queen Anne's County. I worked with Tidewater Publishing for 29 years. Currently, I own and operate Smith Realty and Smith Farms here in Centerville. I'm married to Shelley Smith. We have 2 daughters that both graduated from Queen Anne's County High School, and we have 2 grandchildren living here in the county with us too. So it's, we're very fortunate there. I've been involved in numerous county boards and committees. I'm a past member of Board of Education. I served 7 years as a Board of Education member. I was a former county commissioner. I filled in for 2 years for Newmanowski in his term in 2005 and 6. I'm chairman of the Kent Narrows Development Foundation. I'm also on the board of directors of Queen Anne's County Farm Bureau. I feel I'm qualified for this job because I had insight and I also had foresight for Queen Anne's County. We have some tough issues in front of us. I think one of the main ones is the budget. Some self-inflicted, some because of the economy. But we have some hard decisions to make, and I'm willing to sit there and look at everything and be honest and fair to everybody when I do that. Thank you.
Mr. Simmons.
Thank you for your attention. Time is short, so I'll go right to the point. Queen Anne's County has a very serious financial problem. I'm running for commissioner because I think I can help. More than any other candidate running, I have the experience and training as vice president of manufacturing of a manufacturing firm operating in 19 states to be able to know about budgets, know about control, know about how to change things, and know about how to make the tough decisions that are sometimes necessary for the long-range preservation of the organization. Our problem is due to 3 different things in there. Losing maintenance funds from the state, shrinking property taxes, and dwindling income taxes that are coming into the county. All 3 of these are likely to continue for the next several years. They're going to go away. I believe that balancing the budget largely by cutting out road maintenance for a year was a costly mistake. It has the desirable goal of keeping a skilled road maintenance crew intact, but it ignores that maintenance avoided today costs twice as much when it's due next year or the year after that. If we're to avoid a major tax increase, the taxpayers of the county and the professional staff of the county, led by the commissioners, are going to have to work together to make cuts in expenditures and services that will do the least damage to the county in the long run. There will be hard decisions to make in Queen Anne's County. Our staff is relatively efficient, and we're not going to balance our budget without some suffering in the county. We're going to not be able to do everything we were used to do in the past. Thank you.
Mr. Mansfield.
Good evening. I'd like to thank the League of Women's Voters and everybody for coming out here this evening. It's great to see so many people involved in the government process as it's going down. I've been a resident of Queen Anne's County since 1972. I've seen some good things happen. I've seen some bad things happen. I would work for corporate Marriott, where I ran some of the biggest resorts they had in the world, and where I've had 5 or 6 restaurants underneath me at one time. That was pretty tricky budgets to balance. I think I can help out with this budget, along with other things I think I can help out along the way. The main thing is, Queen Anne's County became a place to lay your head. I mean, there's no, our kids get out of here, we have one of the best school systems in the state. It's proven. But to have that good school system, to have our children get out of that school and have no place to go to work, no place to go to school, that's a shame. I mean, when they have to go an hour and 45 minutes just to earn a decent wage, that's a shame. I believe everybody up here agrees we need economic growth and we need strong economic growth, smart economic growth. Some of us might differ on the way we want to go about it. Anybody I've ever worked for will tell you I'm a blue-collar guy. I'm a hard-working, dedicated individual. Whoever takes this job, any one of us get up here, they're going to have to know this is a 65-hour-a-week part-time job. That's simple. We're going to have to be in Annapolis. We're going to have to fight for our county. We're going to have to get the funding we need for it. We need to take more personal responsibility for what we're doing in this county. The budget's in crisis. I agree with Mr. Smith. Most of that was self-inflicted. A lot of that was due because of the national trend. I think we can turn this county around and make it a county that everybody can be proud as I am for. Thank you.
Mr. Dunbar.
Thank you, League of Women Voters, for sponsoring this candidate forum. This is a great way to be able to get some information from the candidates. For those of you who don't know me, I'm David Dunbar, and I'm running for County Commissioner in the 1st District. As the primary draws near, it is becoming increasingly clear that what the real significance is of this election. And you have to ask yourself, what do I want my county to look like in the future? And it's precisely that question that motivated me to run for County Commissioner. I, like many others, moved to this county over 16 years ago because I was attracted to Queen Anne's County rural character and high quality of life. And with excellent public schools and the small town flavor, what better place for my wife and I to raise our 2 boys? Do we want to lose that and replace it with sprawl development that so many of us moved away from in other counties? Admittedly, there are many challenges that face our county today, including maintaining our quality of life and ensuring that we make meaningful progress on a variety of economic and environmental challenges. We want to be very careful not to make long-term policy decisions based on short-term national economic trends like the economy that are by no means unique to our county. It is time to get control of the county out of the hands of the people that want to line their pockets and put it back in the hands of the people. It's time to make our government more transparent. It's time to look hard at our spending and make tough decisions to balance the budget and keep our taxes low. It's time to have greater citizen input on policy decisions that will shape our budget and our comprehensive growth plan. I hold here in my hand the comprehensive plan that is now before the commissioners, and it will determine how this county grows for the next 6 years. This was put together ignoring the citizens' input. I can tell you, as a commissioner, I pledge I will not let the citizens be silenced. As a small business owner, I'll use that experience to balance the budget, to stop spending the taxpayers' money as if it was coming from a money tree. I will work hard to attract unique business to revitalize our main streets, to ensure they remain viable community hubs, thereby increasing the county's commercial tax base while preserving the open space, agricultural areas that make Queen Anne County the pride of the Eastern Shore. Thank you.
Thank the League of Women Voters for hosting this forum and giving me an opportunity as a candidate for County Commissioner at Large to introduce myself. My wife Donna and I live on Cat Island in Romancoke. Actually, we haven't been here as long as some of the others, but I vacationed here with my parents actually in Romancoke back in the early 60s and actually lived just a couple of blocks from those little cottages. They're not little cottages anymore, but just a couple of blocks from those cottages that we used to rent. I enjoy hunting, fishing, crabbing, boating. We have 2 grown sons. One lives in Reston, Virginia, and the other one lives in Arnold, Maryland, and 2 beautiful granddaughters. For the last 7 years, I've served as an appointed official on county boards, and after a 40-year career in the telecommunications industry, as an engineer and manager in the private sector, high-tech industry, I volunteered and became a member of the electrical board. After that, I moved on to the planning commission, where I served 5 years, 3 years as chairman. I've also served on the courthouse committee, and also served as co-chairman with Gene Ransom on the Blue Ribbon panel for rural preservation. I believe this experience makes me a good candidate for county commissioner. My first priority as county commissioner would be open, fair, and honest in all aspects of the duties as county commissioner at large. It is important to keep, our biggest problem obviously facing us is going to be the budget and keeping the spending in line with the budget. I will work to grow and preserve our way of life, that is tourism, the seafood industry, and farming. Adhere to the comprehensive and community plans, provide sound management and support to the county's department heads, and I look forward to your questions.
Mr. Coleman.
Yes, good evening. I'm from the government, and I'm here to help you. As some of you know, I'm not a novice at this. I was the Republican candidate in the last 2 elections in District 3. I abandoned that desire, and I was not going to run again. When I looked at the field of candidates, the issues that are behind us and in front of us, I decided at the last moment to throw my hat in the ring. I tried to register as an independent so I could save my $100 until the general election. As you know, I've spent a total of less than $500 in the last 2 elections. I'm not going to spend much more than that this time around. I do have a few signs. They're in my trucks, so you'll see me running around in David Bridge early in the morning trying to create chaos. I've been a resident here since '72. I'm active in local issues. Like Wing Prozac, I'm one of the primary people. If you go to the judicial website, you'll see me on all the lawsuits against Kay Hovnanian. I'm very proud of that. I look forward to any questions regarding that issue. Budget, I'd like to see the way we change the way we do business, save money, demand competitive bidding, no illegal aliens employed by county contractors, and increased use of prison labor on DPW and parks projects, and possible sale of county property and more aggressive enforcement by our sheriff's department. On land use, this is a big issue with the TDRs. That's the hot button for everybody. It can't be discussed in a 2-minute forum here, but I'd be more than happy to discuss this. You can also visit my website, which I didn't even know that was when I first started this 10 years ago. It's www.robertwfoley.com. It's a new thing. We all have to deal with it. I got 15 seconds left. I believe staggering the terms of county commissioners would maintain a working government. When commissioners elect to not run for additional offices, government stops. I do not want commissioners who are out of here voting on issues like comprehensive plans. Staggering terms would maintain continuity. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Aaron.
Good evening. My name is Steve Aarons. I'd like to thank you all for being here, and thank you, League of Women Voters. Real simple. I've been here about 14 years. I'm a local business owner. I have 2 kids in our public schools, one of which is adding to the higher MSA scores we're proud of. I work in a business in the community that my biggest thing is dealing with pennies. And I was told a long time ago, if you watch your pennies, your dollars will take care of themselves. I've been serving on the Economic Development Commission Board. I have some very strong opinions about it. I was chairman of the board for 2 years. I was also chairman of the Queen Anne's County Chamber of Commerce. I look forward to talking to anyone and everyone about the budget. I have some very strong ideas and opinions on it. As a businessman, I'm used to handling it. I'm used to adapting and adjusting to the different climates. I'm proud to say our business is up significantly over the last 2 years in a down economy. I feel I've earned the right to be up here. I'm looking forward